Good evening, everyone. Steve here from theturtlefollower.com with your stock market outlook video for the week of Tuesday, November 3rd. As you know, I was on vacation for the last probably week and a half or so. Finally had a chance to look back at the markets. So looking at this with a fresh set of eyes, and we'll see what we're looking at. So obviously, first things first, markets had a heck of a rally off of these lows down here at 1865. All right, we've rallied almost just about 230, 240 points right now, closing today on the SPX right around 2110. Now, with that move, this basically negates everything that happened down in these lows here. All right, we're back up into the range. You can see the weekly chart. We're back above the 200-day moving average. All right, we're basically testing these highs here around 2134, and I do think they get tested. I think that we do see a little bit more upside. Not much, but I do think we see a little bit more. I'm not necessarily saying that's tomorrow, but the way this market's run as quick as it has, I wouldn't be surprised to see those highs tested. So I would say we're probably about another 20 or 30 points to the upside before we really see some sellers step in. I know for me personally, I actually put a day trade on in the S&P futures today, and that is to the short side. So I'm playing a little bit contrarian there because I do think that we see a little bit of selling come in, and I think that the upside isn't necessarily a given. All right, so if you look at the ES, okay, you'll see my position there. You can see that we actually came right into these highs. All right, this 2110 or so, and that's where I got short on the ES. So we'll see where we end up. I'm looking maybe to come back and test this 2048 area. All right, so maybe a little bit of a swing trade. But again, ESs are already testing their highs, and the SPX still has a couple points to go. So that's one thing to keep note of. So even though it looks like the SPX may head higher, just understand the futures are already hitting that resistance. Now, as far as the NASDAQ, okay, similar situation, back above the 200-day. You can see we've run well off these lows. Let's actually look at the futures. Okay, here's the futures. All right, futures have broken out, all right, through those highs right here around 46.70. So again, pushing higher, and all of a sudden now what looked like maybe putting in a lower high and rolling over is now printing the highest highs of the year. So no real resistance, as you guys know, I like to call this blue sky territory. No real resistance. All right, we're at all-time highs here, and that's great to see. So I think it definitely lends itself to the bulls. Some more consolidation, or maybe even a shallow pullback would be the perfect setup. But as we know, the market doesn't necessarily like to give us what we're looking for. So just be wary. Again, we're at new highs, but we've been there before, and the market basically pukes it right back in our face. So just be careful. It's not a all clear sign, but things are looking up, to say the least. Dow coming into this significant 18,000 level. Okay, here's the futures again. You can see we've broken all these support levels that I thought we would at least pause and pull back from, and we haven't. All right, so now what's happening is fund managers who were expecting the same thing that I was, aren't as long as they want to be going into the end of the year. This tends to be the best part of the year is really this last quarter. So fund managers now and professionals that aren't as long as they want to be now feel they're kind of stuck chasing, and that's what's driving the prices higher. It's not necessarily that we're in a better situation than we were 6 months ago. It's the fact that right now people feel like they're getting left behind, and they're just piling money in, and that's what's pushing these stocks higher. So it's very hard to short these, short up here. I think again, with the strength, you have to kind of keep it close to the vest and understand that if you are short, maybe it's for a day or two, but I'm not. I just don't anticipate us. I think we've seen the lows. Okay, let's just put it that way. I think the lows are in. I don't think we test these for quite some time, honestly. We talk about 2011 when we broke down below the 40-week moving average or the 200-day. All right, and that's right back in here. And look at what it led to. Okay, it just led to this huge rally that basically lasted, 4 or 5 years. So right now, where are we? Well, we had a pullback below 200-day moving average, and sure enough, what's it leading to? It's leading to this huge snapback reversal rally that maybe got some of the weaker hands out. Now the fund managers come in, they're saying, "Oh, I need to get long. I need to get long." All of a sudden, we're at new highs, and then all of a sudden now things are back to normal, and markets headed higher, and everybody's happy. So I do think that going forward, I think path of least resistance is higher. I just hope that we're going to see at least a pause or a little pullback to kind of refresh these trends, because we don't want to go parabolic, all right? Because parabolic means there's not real good structure in the markets, and you want that structure for when we do eventually get a pullback, that you find areas to buy. Okay, last one, Russell. All right, coming right up into this huge resistance here. Okay, again, this would be an area that maybe if you want to take a little day trade to the short side, you could look at that. Maybe taking a small swing. I think we've seen a little bit of a pop out of this consolidation right here. But again, we're hitting that level with the way the markets are. They're very overbought. Wouldn't be surprised to see, maybe a 2 or 3 day shallow pullback and then a breakout through this level. But you can see we've broken this downtrend line. We have the 200-day moving average or a 40-week moving average above us. And ultimately, after all is said and done, what do we have? We have this huge, giant consolidation. Okay, so really nothing's happened in the Russell for about 2 years. All right, and that's just the way it is. So again, just going through them, I think we're looking for higher prices. I just want to see a little bit of a pause to refresh everything before we go ahead and do so. So that's it for this market outlook. We'll have another one coming this weekend. So until then, have a great week. Take care.